or I will let it swallow you whole. Champions to the middle. Before every single battle, we have an anthem. Arbiter, will you do us the honor while we, hand to heart, listen? Hand to heart.
Yes, Grandmaster, I will perform the ceremonial anthem of our people. Blood! Bunduf! Blood! Bunduf! Blood! Bunduf! Thank you.
Lovely as ever. Thank you for indulging us on our, yes, your musical hobbies coming along very well.
I don't know.
Mhm.
I took some liberties in the bridge, and I did the.
Yeah.
I went up a little bit instead of it
I
normally
think it
goes
worked.
down. I went up.
You did. I noticed that. That was different. It was different.
Respectful but patriotic. You know what I mean?
Very. I felt that in my bones. So the heart was there, and that's ultimately what matters, Arbiter.
I think so. I think so. As long as you're pleased, I think that.
Right, champions?
Affirmative. It was good.
See, that's what I like to hear.
Everyone loves it. Everyone loves it. Okay. All right, Arbiter. Enough with your side hobby. Our champions need their placement on the battlefield.
Romir, roll me a D4. Very good. Now roll me another D4. Very good. You will begin. Why are these all locked together? That shouldn't happen.
Romir, you'll be placed
1 moment.
in your starting. As fate would have it. While our Arbiter,
I got it. It's over here.
despite me apparently asking for this 3 times earlier today, has still not appropriately prepared this fight.
It's all under control, Grandmaster.
Okay.
You, Atlas Machine Man, roll me a D4. And another.
1.
Roll me another. There comes
3.
Very
1
good.
and 3.
You begin our fight over here with some elevation.
Do not fall.
Grandmaster, the stage has been set. The champions have their starting positions.
Perfect.
Should we take our leave?
We shall. Champions, as we leave this battlefield, do not disappoint me. Give me a show. Give me blood. And when it comes to time, give me death.
Okay.
Yes, Grandmaster.
Roll for initiative. You're going to go over to the fist in Foundry, and you should be able to just roll from there. Perfect.
I'm rolling mine. Can you manually change it to a 1?
Yes. I can try. Very good, Grandmaster.
Atlas, over under the fist in Foundry, you will find a dice. Click it if you want to play this game, or I will roll it for you.
Yes, Grandmaster. I thought I did. It said 16.
Oh, it was 16?
Yes.
All right.
And we will manually change it.
Got it.
So
16.
fate is now decided.
Okay. You viewers, acolytes of our Grandmaster, prepare to witness the bloodshed. Atlas, you may begin.
As Atlas steps forward, his shoulders and all the middle joints start to hiss and rotate, clearing off the little chunks of ice that gather and collect. He turns to his opponent. Before we begin, you, organic man, you appear to be cold in the attire that you wear. Perhaps you would like a coat. This way you can dab the tears from your eyes once I thrash you. And I am going to reach down into the ice and earth. And as he does so, you watch as these plates just start separating, creating this energy wave of crackling blue and purple light. As he says, "Come forth, Halifax!" And he stretches his arm up, and I'm going to cast Phantom Steed, beginning the casting as it starts to channel, forming this sort of semi-quasi-realistic horse. It does take a while, but I think it's worth it.
Okay.
Someone came prepared for this fight.
Summoning a phantom steed.
Indeed.
So that's action, bonus action?
Action.
Okay, anything for your bonus?
Bonus action. I am not going to do anything. Just chill out on that one.
Okay. As you prepare your steed, the ice hissing, the steam hissing and rising from your body as that magical furnace begins to spew within you. Bromir, it is now your turn.
Oh, it's Bromir's turn, and you made a mistake, little man. You brought a pony to this fight. Why bring a pony here? Let me tell you how it's done. This reminds me from home. I'm at Mama's in Playland right now. Yeah, brother, I'm about to come over there and show you how it's done. And with that, Bromir kind of reaches down into the snow, wipes it on his body, and he casts Enlarge on himself.
Yeah,
And he's gonna get big. I'ma grow up and come down on you, Robot Tin Man.
Very good.
Whatever vitamins he's taking, add that to my Amazon list. I need those.
Yes, Grandmaster, I will reach out into the heavens and ask Jeff Bezos personally where I can get some magic growing pills.
Your strength impresses me. Continue.
As Bromir is now gonna come over there and lay the smackdown on that little pony. Yeah. And I'm just gonna rush over there.
All right. You may do so. Oh, don't know what just happened there. Sorry, guys.
And that's it for my turn. As that's a move and a spell.
Excellent. Before we proceed, fate rolls for all of you. Give me that D20. Mudcat,
That's
you're
mine.
on the wrong one.
I know.
I am still waiting. There it is. Perfect. Thank you all. You may continue your fight.
Okay.
All right.
Grandmaster, round one has commenced. It's a slow start, but maybe they can show us something worthy of your attention.
I hope so. If you have placed them too far apart and nothing happens again, Arbiter, perhaps you will pay the price for this one.
I'm sure there will be some action soon.
As the Arbiter says this, he says, Atlas turns and says, "Fear not. My next turn will be decisive. Go!" And you watch as the horse made of crackling electrical energy starts to move forward. The steed rushes heroically, and Atlas will follow, moving to here. What is the distance, Arbiter, of climbing downwards from the precipice from which I stand?
Will you be climbing or will you be jumping?
Let's say jumping.
Jumping. Roll me an athletics check.
Well, it'll be the spirit.
Oh, the
That'll be
steed?
jumping. Yep.
Knock 5 feet off of it.
Very well. All right. As the crackling lightning charges forth, it will move 35 feet to this location here. I can't move it, unfortunately, but
You should be able to. Hold on. Let me... 1 second. Let me do this. Can you move that one?
no.
Okay,
hang on.
one
Maybe-
second.
Hold on, maybe if I... Yes, I can move that one.
Perfect. I don't know why he keeps doing
All right.
that.
Yep. All right. So as the lightning horse moves down, it Atlas will also move, but this time will move. And now I can't move Atlas.
Oh, that's great.
Arbiter,
1 second.
My servos appear to be malfunctioning.
Try it again.
we will fix you.
Still nothing? Okay. There you go. Try that.
Okay.
At the top left, do you have the little person and then the square next to it?
I do.
Okay. All right. Let me just configure permissions. Weird.
Help, Arbiter. I am vulnerable.
I think you should be okay now. Try it now.
This is acceptable.
Okay.
I am back in the battle.
Very good.
For my Arbiter's shortcomings, I am granting you an additional 5 feet of movement. Go far
Excellent.
with it.
Indeed. I shall leap down.
Again, make an athletics check. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you successfully land down. The hydraulics in your legs absorbing the shock as you jump down. It's all good.
And then as my standard action, I will reach into my my servos and gesture towards the oncoming lodged individual. And I will use a steel wind strike as my arm separates into two separate halves. This whirring bow of energy forming like a crossbow in the middle of his forearm as he fires it.
First one does not hit.
Alas, that is all.
Steel Wind Strike can be up to
Okay.
5,
up to
isn't
5,
it?
is it not?
Ah.
Is it 5
Okay,
separate
well,
attacks?
I will continue.
It
believe
was one
so.
of my favorites growing up. Use all 5 attacks.
Up to 5 targets or all on the one target.
Yes.
Very well. He then rotates his wrist ever so slightly, and as he does, you watch as that one bow of energy turns into 4 more.
Okay.
I intended to go easy on you, as man flesh is usually quite weak. But for the Grand Master. And I will continue firing.
Does not hit. That'll hit.
23 will hit. But these 16s and 17s do not trust.
You have one more strike.
Sorry.
It
Two
is a
will hit.
successful hit with a 19.
All right.
An incredible 65 points of force damage.
And you see this cartridge just sort of.
All right. So as that Steel Wind Strike comes in, Boromir is taking 65 points of force damage, correct?
That is correct.
Yes.
Out of curiosity, which level did you cast this spell?
Mistress, this was cast as a 5th level spell.
Brilliant. Continue.
The blood you have shed here pleases the Grand Master. Boromir, what have you to say in response to this? As you're bleeding out profusely from taking a giant hit.
As those blades kind of slam into Boromir, he just kind of flexes all his muscles. And I'm going to use a few of my own skills. So I'm going to use one of my superiority dice to
Okay.
kind of flex off one of those attacks. Which is... the
Are you using
where
the
is it?
parry?
Yeah, can I use that?
Yeah,
Right?
as a reaction. You can spend one superiority dice, reduce the damage the number you roll on your superiority die.
You may roll your dice.
Or you can use your stone's endurance to reduce the damage as well. That's a different. So
Under actions, right?
yeah, actions and then reactions. You can do either one of those.
So you could either choose to do the 1d10 or 1d12.
Oh, I'm gonna use the D12.
Okay, so it would be a D12 plus 3. Why are there so many rolling? Oh,
Yep. I clicked it once and it fired off like 50 of
okay,
them.
just roll me a D12.
I believe that's the D12. There you go.
All right.
11.
All right, and Boromir deflecting one of those steel wind strikes, reducing the damage by 14 as he just gives you the flex. Says not today.
Well done, Boromir. Take the field.
Yes, Grandmaster. Oh. Boromir is gonna rush up. Because I can reach him now. Are you on that horse? Atlas, are you on the horse?
No, the horse is kind of in front, like sort of shielding.
Got it. Can I pick up the horse?
You can certainly try. This is going to be an animal handling, like a literal animal handling check.
Also, to make a clarification, in case the spell didn't come through, it is actually an elemental spirit.
Yes, fair enough.
So it is like literally like a horse made out of lightning.
Ooh.
Fair enough.
So
I didn't have a lightning horse token. My apologies.
No, that's I forgive you this one time, Arbiter.
So you want to lift up this horse made of lightning?
First,
Yep.
what you are going to do is you're also going to give me a constitution that as you pick up this horse, the lightning does not hurt you. If
Okay.
so, then you can handle it. Since this has been flavored as an elemental, correct?
Correct.
Yes. I require one of a DC 14, correct, Arbiter?
These are your
Protecting
games, Grandmaster.
elementals?
You can make up whatever DC you want. 14 sounds fair to me.
Fair. You meet it. Congratulations, you can touch the pony.
I'm gonna pick up this tiny pony, and I'm gonna try and hit him. Hit him with the pony. Stupid horse.
Strength throwing! Yeeting the pony at your opponent.
Okay. You were gonna throw the Phantom Steed at Atlas.
I really want to see this hit. I
Okay.
am granting you a +1 on top of whatever you have. Throw the pony! Throw it! The electric pony!
Go ahead and give me just an unarmed strike, I suppose.
He ran a strength to throw it.
Oh, you ran the strength to throw it. Okay, I missed that
That's
part.
what I had deemed.
Aha.
That will then become an 18 with my +1.
It does not hit, Grandmaster. Well, are you using your shield?
Oh, yes.
Okay. It does not hit, Grandmaster. It wouldn't hit anyways, but just clarifying.
Fair. But the pony is now by your side and it is prone.
Very good.
Has my pony been injured?
Oh, let's see. Do you have a stat block for that pony?
I do indeed.
What's
I'm
the
not sure if I can
HP on
share
that?
it. The HP on my pony is. It is an armor class of 11 and hit points of 60. Sorry, no, 50. My apologies.
50.
Yeah.
I will it will take some thrown fall damage. Well, that was fast. It'll take 4 points of damage.
Effective it was not, but entertaining it is. Warforged, do you have a rebuttal?
I do. And I think my opponent may find the response shocking.
Excellent. Hold your action while I get fate rolls from you all.
Yes.
D20s, everyone. Arbiter, you suck.
I'm sorry, Greymaster. My mind has been preoccupied with preparing the games, but I will attempt to do better.
Yes, I understand. Small minds can only handle small tasks.
Yes, you understand me perfectly then. As he turns around and rolls his eyes at you.
Roll a perception to see if I can see this happening.
You go ahead. No.
15.
No, you don't see it. It turned all the way around.
Very good.
All right.
Warforged, I summon you to action.
Round 3! Fight!
Okay. With a gesture, he points with purpose. the storming electricity surrounding the horse suddenly careens towards Boromir as he jumps into the air, transforming into a bolt of lightning and attacking. Now, I can't roll for the horse, but his to hit.
You can manually do it at the bottom right in the dice tray.
Okay, yep. So
Have I somehow summoned a metal Thor to my field? I am very confused, but still intrigued.
You see, Grandmaster, I think what we have here is some sort of metal man riding a lightning horse. If I were to
Yes.
sum it up.
Thank you for that very succinct description.
You're welcome. I know the battle is moving pretty quickly, so I thought maybe my expertise on these kind of matters might come into play.
You can close your small mouth as well, because a 22 will hit.
all right. As the lightning horse blasts into Boromir, that will deal 7 points of damage.
7 points of lightning damage coming in.
Shocking. Boromir, you hit, and you feel like the lightning just ripples through your muscles, through the sinews, through your joints. It's a good thing you're on ground, or this could hurt a lot more. You take damage, but I hope it wakes you up.
Grandmaster, if that did not wake him up. And you can see that the hand is still pointing in that direction as magic starts to again continue to pulse on the internal circuits of Atlas. Suddenly there's the sound of rumbling coming from nearby. As Atlas turns and says, "Unfortunately, Boromir, you are all washed up." And I'm going to cast Tidal Wave as this freezing wave of icy cold water just literally just torrents out and over the large form of the giant Boromir. The horse is also made of electricity, which I'm hoping conducts through the water as I pass it through. Hopefully, ideally, getting it to maybe the other side of Boromir, but that's up in the air.
Wonderful.
Boromir must make a dexterity saving throw with a
I
target
was
number of
hoping
17.
to actually put a pool in this place eventually, so you've got it started.
One is happy to oblige.
Dexterity saving throw of 17 for Boromir is needed.
Oh.
It's a success.
All right. On a successful save, you take half damage, and you are not knocked prone.
All right, from that 18, you will take 9 points of damage, but it turns out you've been taking swimming lessons, so this does not faze you much.
Boromir, make me a constitution check as well. As the lightning mixes with the water to see if you can stave it off. You will take an extra 4 lightning damage as that water is electrified and shocks your nipples.
Nah, my nips. Oh.
Yes, the cold bites, doesn't it? Almost as hard as you are about to bite the dust.
Fighting words.
Okay.
Boromir, tell me that you have an answer for this. Tell me that you will avenge your nipples.
Let me tell you something, little robot man. No one shocks my nipples except my boyfriend, and I don't like that, and he won't like that either. So I'm gonna come for you. I'm gonna come for you hard. And Boromir's gonna run up and just start laying hands into this little tin man on the floor over here.
Okay.
Do I have to roll on him exactly?
You have to roll to hit.
Roll the hit, right?
Yes.
Let's
and
see if
when
you can
provoke
land
from
a
my element.
punch.
Sorry.
Ooh. I see a 24, a 23, and a 13 come in from those attacks.
You come in swinging with your boulder fists, but none of your attacks will land.
Did someone leave a window open? I thought I felt a breeze.
Can I use one of my sorcery points, or 2 of my sorcery points, to quicken a spell? Is that possible?
In this zone, time rolls differently. Tell me what you want to do, and if I allow it, I will speed up time for you.
As he misses, his fist hit the ground, causing thunderous waves. So I would like to cast Thunder Wave out from me, off of me.
Unfortunately, your attacks were already your action, so you're unable to take another action. Maybe the Grand Master might allow a cantrip as your bonus action, perhaps, though.
I will give you this option, and I will grant you only one gift, Boromir. Would you like to take your cantrip, or I will give you Bless, and it will stay with you for the rest of this fight.
I appreciate the order, Grandmaster. Gonna probably go with the bless. Give me your blessing.
So it shall be done. The Grandmaster stands up and her wings open up around her. This bright hue of purple almost shines and emanates down, offering a beacon of purple light, as if you were now in the spotlight, Boromir. Your muscles showcased in this purple hue. Each line showed you might as well be a bodybuilder at this point. Do you flex?
Of course I flex. I'm in the perfect light. Your radiance makes it happen. Oh yeah, look at these muscles.
Beautiful! An angel of my own. I grant you that 1d4 of bless to your attacks moving forward. May something hit.
Thank you, Grandmaster.
If you are moving anymore, you may. Or if you have a bonus action, you may.
Bonus action. Oh, I'm going to action surge.
That will work. Granted.
Okay.
It allows me to take one additional action, and you know what that action's gonna be? Gonna start slapping this robot with these fists, blessed by the Grandmaster.
Don't talk about it, be about it!
Yes!
Roll your dice!
All 3 of those. I see a 26 coming in, a 23. You may roll one more,
Of the
and then you can roll.
he already rolled an 18 as well.
Oh, the 18. My apologies.
Add your bless on top. The 21.
Additional 3. 21 will not hit, correct, Arbiter?
That is correct.
The 26 will hit. That 23, add your bless on top of that one as well.
Yes, Grandmaster.
An additional 3. That should do the trick if I'm not correct.
The 26 will hit, Grandmaster. You have 2 strikes. Roll damage.
A 7 and a 10. Those fists of fury come straight in.
But, Grandmaster, he's also enlarged.
That is true. You carry more force. Everyone knows the larger the mass. What is the... No, actually, I don't remember. What is the mass equation?
It is one
Force
extra
equals
D4.
mass times
Mass equals 1d4, Grandmaster.
acceleration. 1d4. No, it's the force equals mass times accelerations. No, it's squared? Someone here has to know science.
None of us do.
None of us know science. Well, if the mass is larger, it should do something. Or you can choose to accelerate and it increases the force either way. If the mass is in... I'm putting you all into a science class at the end of this. This is just humiliating for all of us. Either way, what is the new additional damage?
Grandmaster, I believe it's a total of 22 points of bludgeoning damage coming in to the Warforged.
As this happens,
Okay.
a whirring of engines in the back and of the shoulders of Atlas begin to churn, and as the fists, which have been laying into him, careen with force of dirt and ice splattering everywhere, you notice that Atlas, with his hand held up, is using an arcane ward to soak all 22 damage, reducing it to 0.
Now that is a fancy trinket you have brought with you. Show and tell time. What, pray, is that thing?
I was built by a monastery of priests to stand against those who would fight against the bulwark of justice. My abjuration engine protects me from those wicked hands. Fall to despair, my large friend, as I am about to bring you back down to earth.
Fascinating. Allowed. For now. Use that too much and not take the hits yourself. I'll begin to question your own ability and constitution. Everyone give me fate rolls.
It will be done, Grandmaster.
Perfect. All right. All right. Besides the fact the Arbiter has yet again rolled dismally, so you truly are an embarrassment. It is a good thing you were not in this fight. Honestly.
Yes, Grandmaster. I can't even imagine what it would be like to fight in the arena.
No, we best give you a pencil or a quill or something and
One
give
has,
you the to-do list.
one has to play to their strengths.
Yes, yes. Unfortunately, yours is here by my side reading rules. Heaven forbid you could barely even lift up a sword, must we give you one. But even better than your weakness that allows you to serve here is that our champions have hit a chaos point. Champions, prepare yourself! Suddenly, you see the snow around you, and those little piles begin to lift and raise, and the wind begins to gust and turn in every which direction, and the snow begins to fall down much more heavily and fiercely. It cuts past through your skin and metal and begins to freeze up. A blizzard has entered, and it is chilling. Champions, for this blizzard and the wind that is ripping through, you need to give me a survival ability check, DC 18, or you are going to be swept 15 feet from where you stand. Will the storm take you? Let's see!
with a nat 1!
Oh, that nat 1 and a 5. Boromir with the embarrassing nat 1, his full strength, his weight does nothing for him. And this heavy Warforged still manages to fail in all of this. The embarrassment, the weakness that we have seen on display, a mere blizzard, an environmental element. Pure chance that it happens upon you both. Fate does not appreciate either of you. I need you both to roll a d4 for me. And we will determine the direction in which you are thrown. All right, Atlas, you have rolled a 2. You are going east 15 feet. Arbiter,
Yes, Grandmaster.
move him so.
East 15 feet.
Boromir, you're going 15 feet south.
And what of the lightning horse?
Give me another d4. Warforge. Also south. Now this blizzard, it is fierce. It is thick. And it is strong. You cannot see but 10 feet around you. Dark vision does not matter. This is snow, not the absence of light. Good luck finding your way, much less finding your opponents. Oh, and did I mention because it's so cold? If you stay out here too long, you'll get cold damage. Find yourself a light source. There are 3 on this map. If you are 5 feet from it, you will not freeze. Every round that you are out in the cold, the damage will increase by a d4. So the first round, 1d4 of damage. The second round, 2d4 of damage. Do I make myself clear, champions?
Affirmative, Grandmaster.
Yes, Grandmaster.
Then we shall continue.
Let it be! Roll your dice!
4 or 5?
This is round 4, Grandmaster.
Yes.
Atlas! Roll. Well, what do you want to do?
Atlas casts his gaze around, seeing naught. Given that he currently has no optics, I'm going to roll for a random direction for him to seek refuge from the horrible blizzard.
Roll your d4. I have your cardinal directions.
Ah, very well. 3.
South.
All right, I will move 30 foot south until I see a light and my lightning creature, and of course, Boromir. Unfortunately for you, mammal, my kind are used to dealing with harsh environments. I wish you luck. Keep him here. And I'm going to use my bonus action to climb the ladder to get to the flame that is over here, while my lightning elemental will continue blasting away at Boromir from down here.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Did that work? Yeah. Right.
Okay.
So you roll a 20. That 20 will hit. For Boromir, hiding out in the snow. Only a mere electric pony that continues to bite him as company. You'll have to choose better company, I suppose.
Just the first one, so 10 points of damage. As the electricity from the horse, as this time it's kind of like moving side to side with these arcs of lightning traveling across the still wet ground that is, I imagine, slowly starting to freeze. As he moves from left to right, he just sort of headbutts the gut of Boromir as this burst of lightning just and tries to urge Boromir to stay away from the ladder.
King of the Mountain at play here. I like it. Let's mix some game styles together, I suppose.
Atlas raises his fist. He's got like this. He's got like a pose that he does when he wishes to honor the gods. He sort of bends halfway down and pretends to be holding up something. You can't really see anything behind him, but then suddenly this big, like, sort of light appears in his back. It's kind of like the energy core at the center of Atlas that forms this large ball. And in the center of it, you see a visage of the Grand Master, as he honors the Grand Master by shouldering her compliment, her praise, her adoration. And then as the pose ends, he then just raises a fist.
Absolutely beautiful. That fire is yours. And you'll see that flame grow brightly and stronger. As long as you are now within 10 feet of that flame, you will be fine. Boromir. Are you choosing to stay as a frozen statue?
Boromir is not scared of the cold, but he's annoyed when he gets called mammal. What is a mammal? I don't even know what that is, brother. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna come up there and I'm gonna take that fire away from you, and I'm gonna throw you down here with that pony. Ooh, yeah! And Boromir is gonna bend down, and I'm going to use 2 of my sorcerer points that I have for my class, and I'm going to cast jump as a bonus action.
Okay. Where are you jumping to?
Oh, Boromir's gonna jump straight up and try and come down on everyone.
I love the action. Jump does not necessarily work like Misty Step. So that pony, it will get an opportunity attack on you.
Boromir's not scared of ponies.
Very good.
Does this pony have a name?
Yes, the pony is called Halifax.
That's right, Halifax. Halifax! You move.
The lightning sort of looks up, and there's like sort of a fizzle of recognition in its eyes. As I'm hoping this is working. Oh, there we go. Sorry. 20 to hit.
That 20 will also hit. $12 electric damage coming your way. Boromir. Broseph. Make your jump and do your damage.
So I'm gonna jump straight up, and then I'm gonna drop the big elbow on this pony.
Ooh. How
Right.
far up is your leap?
He triples his jump. So
Yeah.
It triples your jump. So that is, your
What?
jump is what? How far feet up?
there's like 30 feet tripled.
30 feet. We're applying fall damage on top of that. Fall damage I know none of you all take science lessons because we couldn't remember the mass acceleration, but gravity does help you in this case. You will
Grandmaster,
use that to your means.
yes, Grandmaster, gravity is 9.8 meters per second squared.
Finally, someone. You just Googled that, didn't you? Do you have Wikipedia?
Where would I get a computer out here, Grandmaster?
You have your phone. Don't tell me. I know we don't have Wi-Fi down here, but I know you have something.
No, I just knew that off the top of my head.
Unlikely. Either way,
You can-
Bromir, you have the advantage with this. Land your attack, or at least roll for it. What is the AC of that little pony?
11, Grandmaster.
That will hit. Roll for attack, and then if I believe correctly, fall damage is 1d6 for every 10 feet on top of that.
That is correct, Grandmaster. Would be an extra 3d6 fall damage. Into the punch.
7 bludgeoning plus an additional 10 damage. 17 damage to Halifax.
As that happens, Atlas turns and says, Grandmaster, your wisdom is wise, but your words in this case were incorrect. The actions of additional height to the impact did not help Boromir. As you watch the electricity start changing color from that blue to the same kind of blue-purple inside of Atlas, I'm going to use Channel Divinity, Rebuke Violence. Immediately after an attacker within 30 foot deals damage to a creature other than myself, I can, as a reaction, force the attacker to make a wisdom saving throw, taking radiant damage equal to what he has just dealt, or half if he succeeds. As Halifax explodes in that light and glowing energy.
Do you have to be able to see the creature?
I presumed that I could see Halifax from up here.
You're pretty high. You're about 10 or 15 feet up here. High.
And it doesn't look like you're right next to the ladder. Give us a perception.
Oh, sorry. I
check.
was just doing that so I could see the ladder. It would be like there to like be at the top of the ladder, like wherever it was.
Because you're elevated and the storm is whipping by. Go ahead and do a perception check. DC.
Because the blizzard obstruction of vision is still in place as well.
Yes, of course.
With a nat 20 though.
You do know your pony. I am getting an echo. I love the sound of my own voice, but we can cut that out.
I will hang some acoustics around the arena, Grandmaster.
Yes, just a few in each of the corners at least, just to dampen it.
A bass
little
trap or
bit.
two, I think, would do
Yes.
it. Maybe just a
Maybe
couple of panels.
A few hanging ones would be good.
Yes.
Or at least 6.
Maybe a ceiling panel for the sky.
Yes, that would be appropriate.
Very good. Bromir will take 7. Oh, sorry. Your horse still takes the damage, correct? 17 points of bludgeoning damage, but that is then.
Yes, the horse.
Yes.
The horse still does take the damage.
Very good. So Halifax will take 17 points of force damage as Bromir slams his fist, falling from the sky. But in an explosion of radiant energy, you will also take 17 points of radiant damage, Bromir.
Can I use one of my abilities? I would like to also menace this horse.
You would. Okay. What exactly are you trying to do?
So, whenever I hit with a weapon attack, I use one of my special abilities, my flex, and I add a little bit more damage to that hit, but also it has to make a wisdom saving throw or it's frightened of me.
Very good. Roll your damage. An extra D6, I believe.
Actions.
Meanwhile, Halifax will have to make a wisdom saving throw of 17. That's not a D6.
All
Oh,
of them
sorry.
came out all at once.
Okay, just roll 1d10. Just do it manually here on Hero Forge. There we go. Right. Found it. All right, 9 more points of damage to Halifax, but he is resilient, being made of lightning. He is not scared of you.
Arbiter, inquiry.
Yes.
If the damage was the additional added to the elbow drop, would half of that damage still be sent as per the rebuking violence?
Yes, it was all calculated. The same damage dealt was the same damage received. He came down with 17 points of total damage, including the fall damage. And he took 17 points of damage as well.
Oh, and I mean with this additional damage that he's using with this ability. Because you said additional damage, or was it just the... Yeah.
Yes, this is additional damage, correct. So Bromir, you will take another 9 points of damage.
Oh, it'd be half. He made the save, didn't he?
Oh, he did make the save, correct.
Yeah.
So you will be taking 5 points of damage. All right.
You do not seem frightening enough, Bromir. Let's change that. I am granting you a size larger than what you currently are. You will grow again. Those supplements that I ordered from Amazon, they finally got here. I'm injecting them into you.
Yeah, give me that good juice.
Get stronger. Flex those muscles. I don't know how tall you are now, but I imagine it's very tall.
He is very tall, Grandmaster, and as a consequence of this growth, you will add an extra D4 onto every attack. As per your already existing enlarge rules, we will just add another die.
Go ahead and just combine that with bless and roll a d8 for simplicity.
One is damage and one is...
Oh, one is damage. Oh, I thought
Yeah.
you said roll for attack.
Yeah, on the damage on attacks within
Okay.
large.
So you'll get a d4 additional for both of those then.
Yeah, so he should have 2 d4s. Actually, let's just make your enlarge bonus a d8 rather than 2 d4s. So
Isn't that what I just said?
no, that you were talking about the hit to hit. I'm talking about rolling damage.
Oh, okay. All right. Very well.
Very good. All right.
Bromir, do you have anything else?
No, Grandmaster, I appreciate the juice. I feel big, I feel strong, I feel good. Thank you.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but you also feel cold. Unless you are going to take your movement, at the end of this round, you will take cold damage.
Can I share that light with the robot man up there?
Is he tall enough, Arbiter?
Grandmaster, I believe he is tall enough to be face to face with the Warforged at this point.
Then I eat my own words and you are fine.
Appreciate it, Grandmaster. Appreciate it.
He's 3 size the size of a normal man.
I
At this
hope I
point.
don't regret this.
Don't forget the cream rises to the top just like I did.
Yeah, dead birds also float. Tell us more things.
Grandmaster, I believe that's the end of the round.
Oh, right. So dead birds aside, I need fate rolls from you all. Perfect. Arbiter, you are such a disappointment.
Grandmaster, this has never happened to me. I promise.
You're right. We shall continue, and we'll see what happens next time.
All right, Atlas.
Atlas standing on the ledge, looking face to face with the mustachioed menace in front of him. Atlas stands and says, "It appears as though the Grandmaster favors you. This is good. I wish for others to understand that Atlas is unbreakable." As he reaches for the side of the mountain that he's on, and I'm going to start vibrating my hand against the wall as as just faster and faster. And what I want to do is I want to use mold earth to create a slant in the earth so that a large chunk of that mountain above where my hand is will slide along that recess and just create kind of like a rock slide onto the very large target.
Okay, you want to use mold earth to cause a rock slide.
Yep.
I believe we can make this work. Let me double check.
Let me clarify this. You are starting to move the rubble, this loose rock to the left of you, correct?
Yes, that is correct. So the area here.
Got it. Thank you for that.
And of course, as per the norm, Halifax will dance a little bit around like the feet of Bormir, as it'll then again use its hooves to try and just sort of kick at the back of his calves with these bolts of lightning. I'm hoping to try and seize his leg so he doesn't have the opportunity to like run as the rocks are falling upon him. Maybe, I don't know.
Very good. Okay, so you want it to happen in that order. Go ahead and roll to attack with the horse first. A 21.
Cool. That 21 will hit. Halifax is rather accurate with those hooves.
One might say he has lightning reflexes.
For 14 points of damage, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, 14 points of damage. Boromir, as you're getting kicked in the back of the knees by this horse, I want you to make a strength save to see if you have the sheer strength to stay on your feet. With a natural 20!
Ooh.
You flex on that horse.
Not today, little pony. Not today, little pony.
Very good,
That-
but
Continue.
you still have to worry about the sliding rock above your head as the stone above you begins to shift and crack, and you start to hear a rumbling in the mountain. Large chunks of boulders begin to fall, and you look up and they're coming right at you. Make me a dexterity saving throw. Boy, oh boy. As those
A dex saving throw of 8.
that will fail as these boulders come tumbling down, dealing 19 points of bludgeoning damage straight onto your noggin.
I would like to use the fact that I'm indomitable and try to catch a few of these rocks out of my way.
You want to re-roll a saving throw? Okay. Very good.
Give us that reroll. Let's see if you're faster the second time. You are, in fact, slower the second time with a 5 now.
Unfortunately, you tried to paw at these rocks. Even though your fists are made of boulders, they are not very good at catching boulders. And you just whiff wildly and you break some of them up, but they just come crashing down on your head. There's so many of them that they just one after the other hit you in the face over and over again as they bloody your body.
I need perception checks from both of you. Atlas, you rolled 2 perceptions.
You know what? I'll go with a 0. I'm gonna take the 0.
Are you sure?
I will take the 0.
Just entranced with the idea of pulling your own rocks down. You're just gleeful in watching just this collapse in as it covers. And to be honest, Bromir, you don't notice much either at this point, but both of you, I will give you this. Well, no, not both of you. Bromir, I will give you this. In the rubble that begins to tumble down upon you, smacking you, hitting you, there's something else in that mix. I will leave it at that. Since you rolled a 5.
Very good.
And the last thing Atlas wishes to do with his bonus action, if he may, is as the rocks come tumbling down onto Boromir, he is going to take the torch from the wall. And as he does, he says, "The Grand Master did not come here to watch me break you. She came here," and he's going to hold his hand to the flame, "for a show. And I'm going to clamp onto the flame and put it out."
Oh, bold, fierce, looking death straight in its eye. I love it. And yes, death only has one eye. You don't look at both its eyes. It only has one eye.
DEATH. Death has no eyes.
This is true. Facts. Science, even. We're just going to stick with science.
Atlas knows.
A little rainbow underneath it, shooting star. Yes.
All right.
Excellent.
Bromir, how will you respond to the insult of being bouldered?
Bromir is gonna do what he came to do. And that's lay the smack down on this robot man. Firstly, I gotta clear away some of that rubble to give me some space to move.
Okay.
This time, I want you to give me an insight check. Oh my god, that's
Oh boy.
embarrassing.
Oh boy.
You rolled another nat 1. What do you do?
That is terrible.
I can't help you if you roll nat 1. The self-sabotage is strong.
Not even the
Okay.
gods can help you.
Here's what's going to happen. Bromir. As you move and clear this rubble, you step and you move through everything. And you move closer towards him. Your foot finds something, and it is very, very sharp. What would have been a superior healing, because it is crushed by your foot, it is only a greater healing. You may take 4d4 plus 4. Some poor miners, in their attempt to survive, took it with them in their pack. Frozen over, lost in the rubble, you have discovered it. You will take 11 points of healing. That superior probably would have been really nice, but you know what? You just got lucky to hit anything right now.
I appreciate the help, Grandmaster.
You can thank those dead miners.
I thank them by showing my stuff. And let me tell you, I'm about to show it you all how it's done right now. Let's go, little robot man. You like the dark? Let's play in the dark. Let's shake things up. And Bromir is just gonna start punching and pummeling the wall, hoping to collapse more of it down on everyone.
Okay. Go ahead, make an attack. 18 will hit the rock. You have multiple attacks here. You wanna spend all 3 of them?
Oh yeah.
All right, keep pummeling.
3.
18 again will hit us. 27 will hit as your fist just slam and slam and slam into this rock side that has already begun to crack and become unstable. More boulders will fall, and they will fall ubiquitously across this area. Everyone will need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Even Halifax.
No.
Everyone.
All right. I'm gonna start with Halifax.
An 11 will fail.
Yes.
Halifax will succeed.
Tony,
All right.
fast on those hooves.
Now, as the rocks come tumbling down, I raise my shield to kind of shield me from the showering as I'm tumbling down. As a shield master, I get to add my shield bonus to my dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
So it'll be 4 higher than this result.
All right, a 24 then.
That will succeed. Okay, so Bromir, you will take full damage of 16. Halifax and Atlas will take half, 8 points of damage.
Atlas will use the last of his warding, just because I can. And I will soak the 4 of that damage.
Okay. And as this is just a landslide, a rock slide of rocks, and you're holding your shield up, make me a strength saving throw to see if you can hang on to that shield as they're just being pummeled by a literal mountain.
All right. So
Atlas versus the literal mountain this time.
All right.
And you're able to do it. All right, Bromir, you brought the pain down on yourself. Anything else for your turn? Bonus action, movement.
I'm gonna, as the rocks kind of fall down on Boromir, he's gonna crouch down and catch his breath with his second wind. It didn't do it? No? All right.
We're all holding our breath.
Waiting. With bated breath.
There it is. Second wind. This wind whipping through the blizzard. You suck it right in. Nice. You're
Second
granted
wind.
an additional 14 health.
Very nice.
I'm assuming this is through natural means. We don't drug here, minus the growth hormones I gave you earlier.
No, it's all me, baby. It's all me.
Right, we don't do testing here, but we do word of honor. Honor word? Honor part? Honor.
Yes,
honor
we
thingy.
don't have official drug tests. It's honor. Scout's honor, as it were.
The scout. So if you're a scout, your honor
The
matters.
Blood Scouts.
The Blood Scouts in particular.
Scout's honor.
Okay. Any movement for your turn?
I'm gonna try and position myself in a little better and climb up this ladder.
Okay. Well, you are ginormous. You are not going to. Your feet aren't going to fit on that ladder.
You
But-
can probably
but
put
you are
your
face
hands
to
on the
face.
ledge and push him up. Or
Yeah,
push
you
up.
can. You can definitely climb up there with ease.
Yes. Gonna climb up there. Hang out
Okay.
with the little robot man.
See if I can get the little robot man on top here. Okay, you're on this tiny, small ledge. There are boulders and rocks everywhere. You guys are right up in the thick of it, face to face.
I require fate rolls from all of you. Fate. Oh, wow. Well, those are all very poor. Arbiter finally got something half decent, but luckily enough, that mere 4 and 2 that you all rolled will trigger the next chaotic event. Suddenly, you begin to feel the ground rumble. And it's not more rocks tumbling down below or from above, but rather below. It shakes and almost growls from underneath. And suddenly, under that layer of ice that you see on top, you see it darken and heave with space, and deep, dark chasm opens up below it. This is what we call a snow bridge. Arbiter, show them the snow bridge that dashes across this map. In between the two of you, I will first need a dexterity saving throw to see if you jump off this. While you do so, let me explain what a snow bridge is. This bridge, man alive, you both are bad at this. My chaotic events are going to be what kills you both. This snow bridge is a deep chasm with just a thin layer of ice over it. Now, this thin layer of ice can take only so much weight, and you can cross it only so many times. After that max amount of times, it will break. If you fall down that chasm, I don't know if you'll be able to get back out. We've yet to find the bottom of it. So to find out how many times you can cross this before the ice breaks, I will roll a d6. 3. 3 times this chasm can be broken. You both, while the ice still stands, are pushed to either side when you heard that sound cracking. If you cross it, each time it will lower. After the 3rd crossing, it will break. Are we clear on this chaotic event?
Yes, Grandmaster.
Yes, Grandmaster.
Agreed. Then we may continue this fight.
Next round! Round 6, Atlas! Roll your dice, make your move.
Ooh, I am going to once again reaching upwards with his forearm. He stretches his hand outwards towards Boromir and says, "Once again, it appears as though fate seems to intervene, but it will not protect you." As he points his hand forward, I will utilize another Steel Wind Strike. A series, again, of these 5 crossbows that launch in the direction of Boromir.
Because the blizzard is still ongoing, each of those rolls will be from disadvantage, as it will also have to fight the wind to get to it.
Very well. Let me just see. How do I apply disadvantage?
So when you hold your hover over the B, you'll hold control, correct?
Yes.
Yep. Done. Cool. So 1.
Ooh, 26 will still hit. Continue, but it did negate that nat 20.
2.
2 with a 12 will not hit.
3.
A 15 will not hit.
4.
A 10 will not hit.
With a natural 1,
And-
Grandmaster.
Oh, that was a natural 1?
It was, Grandmaster.
Natural 1s have consequences. You will lose that last one.
Oh,
The
well.
wind sweeps it away, and as that missing blade with that nat 1 turns itself in the wind, it will hit out of range That last attack that was a 20 that would have hit. You have 1 that strikes Bromir. You may roll your damage.
All right.
30 damage is quite a bit, so that is pretty darn good.
But I utilize a new ability.
Okay.
As you are struck by the energy of force, you watch as Atlas's entire body, his armor, his shield, everything, just suddenly separates outwards from this just scintillating array of colored lightning, and that lightning follows the blast and places me adjacent to the target I have hit as the armored plates reassemble on the other side of the snow bridge. However, Boromir's back, ideally, is now to the snow bridge.
Okay. What ability are you using here?
That is from Steel Wind Strike, is it not?
It is indeed.
Okay.
Yeah. You can teleport to an unoccupied
Yes.
space you can see within 5 foot of a target you have hit or missed.
Okay. Perfect.
Since it is a Steel Wind Strike movement that does transportation, the 3 still stand across the bridge.
I think he teleports.
Yes, that's why the 3 still stands.
Oh yes. Okay. Great.
However, to attempt to get that number down a little bit, Halifax does move across to the bridge for his attack on Boromir.
Okay.
Noted.
Roll to hit.
Actually, wait. Since Halifax is moving and no longer has a reference point, before Halifax moves, they must roll a 1d4 to determine what direction they'll go in. That blizzard effect and sight is at play here. A 3 is south.
South. So he would go to the wall.
Yes.
And could he potentially roll again, Grandmaster, to follow the wall in a direction? This
In
could
his
potentially lead him
direction.
away.
I'm going
Nope,
to have
just
him
the one.
stuck here.
Very well.
Poor Halifax. Confused, baffled, kisses the wall, gets its tongue stuck, cannot move for a hot second.
It'll be stuck here for 1 round, but the next round, Halifax's tongue will become unfrozen and you can move him.
Excellent.
I'm glad you understood that.
I did. Atlas will then look at Boromir again and say, so, have you had enough yet? Or do you still require lessons?
Bring it on, little man. I never learned.
Okay. Anything else for your turn, Atlas?
No, that is it. That is it for me.
For the sake of the fight, I am increasing the range of this fire. We'll extend it 30 feet. You all are safe.
Oh, I put that one out.
He
Oh,
did.
that's right. You did close it. My apologies.
So
Your Grandmaster is now embarrassed and slightly shamed. She sits down in her chair and sinks down a little bit more.
then we will need a cold damage roll from you. A D4, please.
This is true.
Two points of cold damage. As the cold just kind of tightens up your gears and your movement things a bit. Whatever it is you got inside, it's tightening up. All right. Bromir, it is your turn.
Well, since you're this close, let's get to business. Bromir's gonna reach out and start slapping around with his boulder fist, laying it into this tin man.
Let us see what those fists can do. A 20 will not hit, so you will need to roll that bless. 1d4. A 2.
22 will not hit.
Continue.
Another 20. Even with the bless, Grandmaster. It will not hit. A 13. Even with the bless. It will not hit. Swinging and swinging and swinging. You're just not able to make connection as the wind is just whipping in your face and the snow is blinding you.
Let me see.
Perhaps a bonus action.
I'm going to. Can I cast this as a bonus action?
Most spells, unless they're specifically done based on an action, are probably not.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm going to kind of just get low and get in a stance ready to grapple him.
I will allow a grapple as a bonus action.
Boromir's gonna shoot out and kind of try and take him by the ankles.
Ooh, going low. It was really hard for someone extra large to go down that low.
Real
This is some
small.
real squat strength here. Your
okay.
flexibility must be very good.
All right.
14 squats every morning, every evening.
Okay, you are going to try to grapple Atlas. So, go ahead and make let's do a strength roll off here. You're going to try to grapple him. He's going to try to break that grapple.
Oh, that is a nat 20.
A natural
Bromir.
20 from
Oh,
Bromir.
Nat 20. I am sorry, unless you roll a nat 20, Atlas.
Oh, damn, that was close. But
He's
not
Fell
close.
short with that 17. Nothing crushes that nat 20. Bromir, in all of your broness, you get deep in that squat. It gives you the strength that you need. You lift up, those hamstrings charge, and you grapple Atlas. Strong grip. That metal body does feel like 10 to you all of a sudden. You have him. I'm sorry, Atlas. You are grappled.
Very good. Anything else for your turn, Bromir? Movements, I guess specifically.
Can I try to take the Tin Man with me as I move back, or is that too much?
You can move with him in your arms, yeah. You're huge.
Yep, we're gonna go on that rickety icy bridge and we're gonna see how long it can hold me and the Tin Man. It's a death match. Let it be death. Let's take this higher. Let's do it.
Okay, well, I'll have you guys walk over here where it's on this lower ground. But yeah, you're grappling him, picking him up by the ankles, moving, standing right on top of this bridge of ice.
Let's raise the stakes, Tin Man. Let's do this. Let's give them a show. Don't walk away from me. Don't run away. Stay right here. Let's do it.
This is the riskiest shit I've ever seen. Okay. For crossings, that does... Let me think this out loud. Technically, it would count as one, but because it has the body weight of both of you, that will remove all of the weight. The crossings have now passed. Are you just choosing to stand upon it as you hear that ice begin to give way as it cracks, crumbles, and begins to roar as it breaks apart?
Bromir's not scared of a little fall. I'm gonna go down. Let's go down. Let's do this. I'm here to show you how it's done. I'm here to show everyone out there, all the little bro hams and bro sisters. We're gonna do this. This is how the Bromirs Boulder Fist do.
All right. Then this ice does crack. It breaks. It gives way. I am going to let you, Bromir, roll. I'm not sure what yet, Atlas, you were grappled, so whatever you do, it will be at disadvantage. You all are testing the limits, and I love it.
If Bromir goes down, I will go down with him. Like, I won't even struggle against it. I'll just have this. Atlas has this steely gaze, an unblinking, unfeeling faceplate just meets Boromir, head tilted ever so slightly to the side, curious as to what he hopes to achieve.
Bromir, are you also just choosing to go completely like swan dive down? Or are you trying to grapple anything along the side, giving up your hold?
Oh,
As
Grandma.
Bromir and the Tin Man start to crack on this ice, Bromir's gonna look at them. Then the eyes, those whirling gizmos, glowing as they do. Respect. I show you respect. Let's do this. Let's keep fighting. Let's not end this. I'm excited. I hope everyone out there is excited. So Boromir, I'm gonna let go. And I'm gonna toss him to the side, putting ourselves apart, trying to spread ourselves. Let's give ourselves a little distance here, and let's keep giving them a wonderful show.
So you're throwing him off of the ice bridge now.
Deal.
I'm gonna try and jump back with him as the bridge collapses. We're gonna jump into the air, and I'm gonna try and flex and give everyone a performance. You know, do that wide arc and bring my muscles up and flex my pecs. Do the little bouncy, bouncy dance.
Okay. Well, you are now trying to throw him and jump yourself, and you're trying to get both of you clear now. So we're gonna need a save here to see if you both can clear this chasm now.
This will be an athletics roll from both of you. Since you are just being freed, Atlas, this will be at disadvantage. And I have to say, the Grandmaster approves of this emotional roller coaster, afraid that she would have lost both of her champions at once, and then see the willingness for a fight. Approved.
Grandmaster, I think they both have made it safely onto solid ground.
Atlas with an 18 and Bromir with a 28. Now, Atlas was tossed to the other side, as per the description. You both have been granted well, I would say healing, but unfortunately for you, Atlas, this does nothing. So, you can drink it for fun. But this is my toast to both of you. A greater health potion, that we continue to live and continue to fight. Because as we fight, we live. And as we live, we fight for what we love. We should never give up on either. And the toast is raised.
Atlas, as he goes to toast, will realize he has no mouth. And will very quickly look towards Bromir and throw his healing potion to him as well.
Kindness has been granted. 8d4 plus 8 then. True camaraderie. True sportsmanship. I applaud you both. 25 points of healing. Take that. And may it not just affect your flesh, but your soul as well.
Thank you, Grandmaster. And let me tell you something. I didn't think I'd ever say this, but Atlas, I respect you. You earned the right of your name. Now let's show them how it's done.
Affirmative. Atlas also feels some semblance of the honor you speak. and will in turn reciprocate. He leans down and he places a hand upon Halifax, and as he does, the electricity from Halifax re-enters his body, and as it does, you see this kind of pulse coming from the center of Atlas, and it beats almost like a heart. And as he does, I'm going to cast Tenza's transformation on my turn. As Atlas's body then swells and starts to, instead of looking like a regular sort of proportionate human, his upper body just suddenly becomes massive and almost like a war machine. The segments of his arm just bulge out. His hands now float independent of his forearms, held together by these gouts of energy that just blare fire off and barely contain itself within the housing of Atlas. He then takes the shield and throws it into the large pit.
Oh, wow.
And he says, "Fact. The use of a weapon in a single hand is good for those who wish to defend. For those who wish to end." And with that, Atlas places just a second hand on his weapon. "Doubling strength is appreciated for quick death." And as a move action, Atlas is going to try and leap over the gap.
Make an athletics check.
As you do this, the Grandmaster's heart is warmed by your actions, inspired and moved, and the disruption in her mind is now calm. That blizzard will dissipate. You both will now have clarity of sight as you make this jump.
All right. So not a disadvantage?
Not a disadvantage.
All right.
For 25, you will easily clear the gap.
And Atlas will do a superhero landing.
Snow just poosh out, giving this airy cloud, and your glow and hum just center at it. Gives a beautiful focus to this fight.
Now show us blood!
We will finish your turn, and then we will retroactively apply our fate turns.
That is all. That is.
Then we will do our fate turns.
Be dramatic. That's my turn.
Yeah.
A natural
Nat
20.
20. That counts as double, so that is an additional 40.
Uh-oh.
Don't.
Cool, you guys roll hot. In comparison to my arbiter, who looks like he's just throwing marbles on the ground and has no numbers whatsoever.
Grandmaster, I will deliver when the time is right.
Will you, though?
I will.
Right, well, at a mere 27.
I'm
When they are already
I'm
past
just slow playing it.
145, you have a lot to say.
There's two of them and only one of me.
Excuses out the door. You should take inspiration from our champions. Champions, you may continue.
Atlas, it is your turn.
Oh, I did the leapy.
Oh yeah, that's
Jumpy thing.
That's movement. You
Yeah.
still have your action, bonus action.
No,
Oh,
we
to
did it
cast
after
Tenza's-
his.
Oh, your
Yeah, the Tenza's
transformation.
transformation.
That was the retroactive.
What about a bonus action?
Nope, I can't cast spells anymore. So, I could take a swing. I think I won't though.
Okay.
I think because I haven't really truly felt Bormir's punch. Atlas sort of rises back to his feet, and as he does, he sort of stretches his hands out and just goes.
What, point of reference as under tensors. What is your AC now?
AC is still the same. I have 50 temporary hit points, which I have already applied.
AC is the same even without the shield.
Oh, sorry. Oh, right. I should probably take that off. I will inventory, take off my shield. There we go.
Perfect.
So my AC is now 21.
Okay.
Yeah, I get advantage on a bunch of different stuff. So
Yes.
just for the Grandmaster, this form I call Atlas, which very creative. I know. Gives me 50 extra temporary hit points. I have advantage on attack rolls made with simple and martial weapons. In addition, any strike I hit yields an additional 2d6 points of force damage. I am proficient with all armors and shields, simple weapons and martial alike. Proficient with now strength and constitution saving throws, and may attack twice instead of once when smacking on my turn.
Very
Fucking
good.
cool shit. Yeah, that works.
That was me. Okay. Well, leaping across the crack, now face to face with Bromir. Bromir! You look at your opponent, his steely-eyed gaze as the snow lightens up, once again just falling in small drifts. The cold subsiding, although you didn't notice it much anyways. What do you do?
Bromir sees the respect and will answer it. Bromir turns to the Grandmaster and says, I respect the gifts you have given me in this fight. But grant me this one last thing, Grandmaster. Allow me to return to my true size so I may face him on equal footing.
Granted. And the Grandmaster waves her hand over, the jewels on her hand glistening, absorbing back that drug that we may or may not have given you. You return to your normal size.
Thank you, Grandmaster. Now, Atlas, let's do this thing. And Bromir is gonna run full tilt, headlong at Atlas. And as he reaches Atlas within 5 feet, he's gonna just yell and scream with all his rage. And he's gonna launch his Thunder Wave as his second spell slot action. Screaming. It's a con save from Atlas.
All right. Which I now have proficiency with, so it will be a +5 to this roll.
Noted.
A 23 plus 5 is a 28. Will a 28 succeed?
Yes, it does. On success, the creature takes half damage.
It will.
I see it rolled twice on here.
Yeah, the first time. We'll take the first one.
That will be 10 points of damage then.
Thunder damage.
Bromir running across, screaming. Describe your screaming to us, because I'm really intrigued if it's what I think it sounds like.
Bromir runs across and he says, "Oh yeah!"
Casting Thunderwave, okay, as an action. Anything for your bonus action?
For my bonus action, I would like to flex real hard. Just to give a little performance for the Grandmaster who's been generous this whole battle to us.
Roll a performance check for me then. I've seen bigger muscles.
Yeah, he's flexed a
At
number
13.
of times.
The 13 is no longer as impressive for me. This is cooler when you were bigger. Is there anything else for your turn, Bromir?
That's it, Grandmaster.
And the round is over, and I require fate's rules from you all. What in tarnation are these rolls? What?
This is what the fates desire, Grandmaster.
This is stupid. This is your no. First of all, You rolled a 5.
As the fates demand.
Have decently. Atlas rolled a 13, but Bromir rolled a nat 1.
The fates have spoken, Grandmaster. Not even you can challenge them.
Do not have to challenge them. I will allow that nat 1 to work negatively. I suppose that works to your benefit because you have stayed off a chaos event this next round. But be warned, you should expect something soon. The Grandmaster kind of sits down and pouts a little bit, really kind of hoping to get in another chaos event. You may continue.
Atlas, show us what your new form can do.
So seeing Boromir charging at him with the thunder wave as Atlas sort of slides backwards, you hear the sound of what sounds like cocking shotguns as he swings his arm, and then baseball heaves this incredibly large sword. It's still a long sword, but it's large for his grip as he swings it upwards to try and cleave into the jaw of Boromir. Now, how do I get advantage on
Shift.
shift?
I was really kind of hoping that you were just hitting him with a gun and using the gun improperly.
Yes, this whole time.
A
He's
20.
fighting with a gun, and the other guy only has fists. A 20 will hit.
All right.
This
Now
fight
this will
makes no sense, but we love it anyway.
do an additional 2d12 damage, so I'm going to roll that first.
I'm going to parry that attack just real quick.
Okay.
So you shall. So you shall.
Subtracting a superiority dice from the damage total.
And then that is an extra 2d12.
Okay.
Okay. Did it do the base damage?
It did not. You can, where you see in the chat here where it says you're 20 and 19, you can just click that roll damages button and it will roll it right here in Foundry.
Okay. So two-handed damage.
Okay. 7 plus 13 is a total of 20. That was a D20, not a D12 or a D10.
Was it?
No, sorry for...
No, that was on me. I clicked the button and it rolled a d20. I don't know why.
So 20 points of damage coming in minus your parry. I assume when you parry, you're just using your giant stone fists to shirk the damage off.
Trying to swat them away.
All right. So as the attack swats the blade away, you watch as Atlas changes the grip to a reverse grip and brings that blade back around along the same arc with my extra attack action, which
We still need that parry roll from Bromir.
This will be really interesting because TikTok tells me reverse grip are not effective.
they're not effectively. You just shorten your reach, but he's in melee, so I mean, really, it's not. Yeah.
You hear that, TikTokers? Suck it.
They'll lie to you.
Look, I used to do
13-year-olds
fight
trying to tell me how to use
choreography.
a sword.
It's about getting flat-footed. That's it. All right. So, how much damage get absorbed?
1 point of damage was taken off of your 20.
Is it just a flat one?
He tried
On your-
he tried to parry a sword with a fist. Is it? I believe it's just a
Plus,
flat.
no, it's a +1, so he gets 2 damage.
Two
taken
damn.
off.
Oh, my mistake, Grandmaster.
All right.
Every health point matters.
All right.
23, I believe, hits.
Okay. Hold on. Sorry. I just need to check something real quick because I think I might have made a mistake on that first and second one.
You may check.
Apologies for not having the data files properly prepared. Oh, I do have advantage on all attacks. Okay, good, excellent.
I would
excellent,
expect
good.
nothing
I'm
less on a man running on Windows 95.
Oh. Oh. My feelings. All right, plus 2d12.
As you bring in another 13 points of damage, plus the extra force damage coming in.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a total of another 18 points of damage on the second swipe. And
It turns out punching with a sword can be pretty effective.
Bromir is looking very, very bloody at this point. Just covered in blood, head to toe.
The color looks great on you, though, I will say.
I appreciate it.
All right. Anything else for your actions? Bonus actions, anything?
Negative.
Very good. Then Bromir.
Oh, you know what?
Oh,
You
go
know
ahead.
what? Sorry, I will use just because I'm going to use my bonus action to is lay on hands a bonus action?
It depending.
If I use it on myself?
It depends.
No. Oh no, it's not. No, that's fine. That's
on
fine.
your class.
No. Oh good.
Okay.
Oh good. I'm done.
Bromir, show us some action.
Bromir's gonna lash back out at Atlas over there. He's gonna throw a sweeping leg for his first attack.
Drop down, ninja move.
Are you using your feet?
Yes, my trip action with my attack.
Very good.
Let's see if this lands. Perhaps Atlas is not as effective with his toes.
A 21.
That will hit, but it is a glancing blow.
He'll receive half damage, but you may be able to use your feet here.
Yes, as long as I hit, I could kind of reach out with my big toe. It's gonna hit real hard. It's gonna try and hit him, knock him off balance. He needs to just make a strength saving throw. And I get to add my extra die to that. My superiority die to that damage.
So you spend your superiority die.
Yes.
Out of the total damage roll. Yes, correct.
That 15 of a strength throw will not pass.
It's with a +5 because I'm in Tenz's transformation.
Oh, that's right. You are.
20
you are,
will
you are.
succeed. How much damage are you dealing?
I did 12 points of damage.
So with a glancing blow, he will take half.
As I glance, I see he kind of trips, and now I'm gonna reach back and kind of lay one of my big bouldery fists across his chest.
What are we looking at?
21.
21.
Another glancing blow.
Whoosh, just barely touching him each and every time. You almost create like a spark effect. Your hand reaching across, scraping across his body.
Glancing off.
Yes, go for it.
Glancing off of that, and now I'm gonna bring my big hand back, wave it at you, Grandmaster, how you doing today? And then slap him hard.
With the third glancing blow.
That last blow hitting for 4 damage. What damage will this one land? An additional 4. Your target just dancing around your fist. You're barely laying fingertips on him at this point. When will you hit him? A true hit. Or can you not see your target well enough?
As you say that, he wipes the blood from his face as he looks, and he splats it on the ground, and he looks up, and he stares Atlas in the eyes. Let's do this, Atlas. Come on, let's go. Bromia's waiting. Let's make a good show.
That sounds like intimidation to me. I would like to have an intimidation check. Atlas, on your part, perception. Actually, insight. $13 on that intimidation. 10 on that insight. You are going to lose your advantage on your attacks then, for this next round only. A little more hesitation to your movement.
Is it bluster? Unable to recognize. Changing gears. Cautionary stance.
More confused than anything.
Recalibrating.
Recalibrating. Little Microsoft, little pinwheels of death, like.
I like it. I like it. Anything else, Bromir?
No, that's all, Grandmaster. Thank you very much.
That wraps up another round for us. I require face rolls from all of you.
Can I just say that somewhere on Atlas, does that count if he rolled a 1 and I knocked his dice over?
No.
Okay. That somewhere on Atlas, there's like this tiny little like engraving from like, you know, like a blacksmith engraving.
Yeah.
And it just says Nokia.
Oh, God. That was lovely. That was a nice touch. Thank you for that.
Yep.
With these rolls, Arbiter, again, you are an embarrassment. A nat freaking one. A nat freaking one. That helps you. Not at all. But to make up for this, because you need to do something about this, you should be embarrassed. To make up for this, I, in my ever so wonderful generosity, will allow you to choose what this next chaotic event will be. This better impress me, because if it does not, on top of this nat 1, I will find somebody else to do your job.
I'm always looking for work.
I have 2 options already in front of me.
These two seem to be delaying the inevitable. It seems that they don't even want to kill each other, really. They're just going through the motions. So I think that I will introduce something that will spill the required blood on this white ground. As he begins swirling his hands from the side, and that blizzard starts to pick back up a little bit, but not really the full area, just kind of in a localized area near you guys, as 2 shapes start to form, one of water and one of snow and kind of wind, as he forms 2 elementals, a water and an air elemental. But then as he brings his hands together and starts to swirl them and swirl them and swirl them, the 2 elementals push together and start to mix, and you can see their faces spinning like a tornado. 2 faces in this elemental as they're creating with the water and wind a large ice elemental just whips up from across this crack here in the crevice. And it, let's see, rolling for initiative.
That thing has a very sad face.
It's a 19. Well, it's a monstrosity made of the 2 beings.
Kind of like the twisty ice cream cones.
Kind of like a twisty ice cream cone. That's exactly what I thought earlier when I was making it.
Twisty
I thought
ice
you would
cream
get that,
cones. I like
Grandmaster.
it.
I'm glad that you got the reference. As there's a large now ice elemental across the way here from both of you with a 19. It will start the round, taking precedent on the round. So let's see. It will
Let's see
come.
what it can do. Hopefully something interesting.
I will flip a coin. 1 for Atlas, 2 for Bromir. The elemental will cross the chasm, taking a first attack, a slam attack.
It will need to roll an athletics to cross that chasm for me.
You want the
rules will
elemental to roll in
apply
athletics. Very well.
You all. I run a fairish game.
Okay. Let me find the athletics here. Does a natural 20 work, Grandmaster?
Yes, of course it works. I'm sorry for doubting it. My apologies. I just wanted to make sure it could actually make that jump. And apparently it does so flying and does an aerobatic flip over it. It should have gone to the Tokyo Olympics this year. My apologies. Simone Biles as an ice elemental.
It will move in and make a slam attack on Bromir. As bringing as its ice and snow is going to bring down kind of a misshapen ice fist. With a 17 to hit, will not hit. Yes.
Oh, never mind. I was going to. That's fine. It's all good.
Okay. Using its multi attack, it will slam again. With an 11, it does not hit. It's still the ice and it's two elementals together, and they can't quite become a cohesive unit yet. And the fist hasn't fully formed, so it's really just splashing water on you at this time.
You feel slightly hydrated at this point.
Yeah, you can
and
take
let
a
it be
drink
a
if you want.
reminder if you haven't had water recently, take a drink.
Very refreshing, splashing, cooling me, lovely mist. You know what they say, sometimes two heads are better than one. Clearly, this was a mistake over here.
Hear that, Arbiter? They mock your creation.
They won't be laughing for long, Grandmaster. There's much more in store.
I would hazard. Oh, did the bridge disappear? I lost it.
It's still there. Hold on.
Okay.
It just was doing funny things.
Atlas leans forward and says, "You speak of this creature as if it was a threat, but if you ask me, it's feeling a little flushed." And I'm going to touch the ground, and once again, in the same way that I created that rock slide, I'm going to create a just basically turn the ground in that kind of arc, again angling it down towards the ravine, into kind of just that loose stone to kind of just try and flush it down into the pit.
Okay, you're gonna try to release the rock in order to push this elemental into the pit.
Remove its footing, basically.
Okay.
That sounds like a dex saving throw, if you ask me.
Very well.
Oh!
With a 13, the ice elemental, the boulders coming in, it will use a legendary resistance to become incorporeal and let those boulders pass through it. It's just ice and wind.
Sorry. So the rocks aren't coming down from it. Like where it's standing is going into the pit.
Gotcha.
Ground gives way.
Well, in any case, that's not going to affect him. He's not standing on the ground. It's air
It
and
appears
water.
as though the fighting style is very fluid.
An enemy of air and water. Okay.
Oh, that's how we get the ice, the air, and the water.
Yes.
I
I thought you might
Science,
like
kids.
that with the science, Grandmaster.
More science, yes. With enough water air to chill it, it becomes ice, but it has air abilities. Okay.
Atlas will then walk over behind Bormir and over to around about here.
Okay.
He's kind of like lost sight of Bormir in a way. So, I mean, I will definitely say that he will provoke, but Atlas will very much like... Atlas is used to walking without caring, so he's just sort of like...
Are you taking cover over here or just moving over this direction?
Just moving over there. Absolutely
Okay.
not taking cover.
Now, technically, since you have left the area of range near Bromir, you can, Bromir, take an attack of opportunity if you want against Atlas.
I would not like to take an attack of opportunity, but I have a question, Grandmaster.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use my reaction for a spectacular move that I want to try and pull off? But it does require two the tango, as they say. As
Like need a tango?
No, Grandmaster, no. Let me tell you something. As Atlas moves away from me, I'd like to reach out, look him in his little robot eyes and say, why don't you give me a boost there, big man? And have him kind of swing me towards this monstrosity, as they say, in front of me.
The teamwork is allowed and appreciated.
If Atlas is willing, yes.
The Grandmaster nods in approval and looks towards Atlas to see if he will comply.
Atlas, seeing the joy in the Grandmaster's face, he looks to Boromir and says, "This unit will comply." And he'll reach out one hand, but do not regret your choice.
I can't even spell regret.
I am sure.
Okay, so he's gonna swing you on your attack.
So as Boromir comes into contact with Atlas, Atlas is going to grab his forearm for a firm grip. He's still got the sword in one hand, but what he's going to do is he's going to stick it in the snow and let go of the sword. And the midsection around the waist of Atlas that connects his spine to his hip disengages and spins 360 degrees as he creates this almost spiraling top before he then just catapults him in the lift.
Okay, and
for his attack.
And because you are Tensor's transformation, as you attack Bromir, we're going to go ahead and apply that Tensor's extra 2d12 damage onto your attack.
And could he also get advantage?
And you could get advantage. I like that.
This goes back to the equation. If acceleration increases, so does the force in which you can do damage.
Yes, of course, Grandmaster. Science. Again.
None of... I need Bill Nye here. You all are terrible at this. Go ahead, do your fancy spinning attack with increased acceleration.
Make an attack.
As Atlas tosses me Boromir at this two-headed monstrosity, I fly through the air with my legs out. Gonna give him the big double leg drop, trying to kick him into that ravine.
Okay. A 15 will just hit. A glancing blow. Make your roll your damages first. Remember to add 2d12 extra damage on top. So 24 points of damage. Bludgeoning damage.
And you were specifically making a pushing attack, correct?
He is. All right. As you hit into the elemental, you're moving at such speed it doesn't have time to react. You will hit it, but with a glancing blow, it will make a dexterity save to see if it falls backwards. But it will do so with advantage because of the glancing blow.
Roll that DC.
1 moment, Grandmaster.
No, now. No patience. Roll it. DC. Strength. 1, 2, 3. I'm sure it's nice.
1 second.
Do not
First
do
one
well
coming
under
in.
pressure. 16 will not pass. Oh, a 22 will.
A 22. So you make connection, and it doesn't resist or do any reaction, anything like that, because you are again moving so fast at it. Doesn't have time to prepare, but it stands firm, still floating a little bit off the ground, not really making a corporeal kind of connection to the earth, as it's more of a tornado type of situation happening. But you do make connection. It just doesn't fall back the way you think it's going to. You have more attacks on your action, I believe.
Yes, as I land on the ground, I stand up. And again, I'm going to start throwing haymakers into this creature, hoping to knock it back. Keep pushing this monstrosity back. 1.
13. I don't believe that hits.
A 13 will not hit.
It's a shame. Next, haymaker over the head, laying it down.
A 12 will not hit. Anything else?
No, that's all for my turn.
Okay. End of the round, Grandmaster.
Oh, that's it for the round?
Yes, Grandmaster.
Then I need fate rolls from you all. My apologies. You all know what needs to happen. 2. But thank you. At least somebody didn't roll a 2 again. 2, 15. This is just... I guess this is better for you all. Get out all of your terrible rolls here with me, and that way you can hit something ideally at the start of your turn. Continue.
Boromir, you strike into this ice elemental, pounding your fist, trying to push it back, but it looks down at you with a lifeless void for eyes and a mouth and two faces that twist around. It spins and it spins and it spins, and it becomes colder and colder. And even though you are resistant to the cold, even for you, you start to get a little chilly as it begins twisting faster and faster and faster, scooping you up into a world when I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
This is like a tornado.
Sorry, a strength saving throw. Strength saving throw. Apologies. DC was 25. It will pick you up, and it will fling you 20 feet. I need you to roll a D20.
A 2.
Anything under 10, you fall into the crack and fall into eons and eons of nothingness below this space to your eternal death.
Could I get a reaction during this?
You can.
I would like to throw my longsword as a foot landing in the direction of Boromir into the wall of the actual ice thing, so he's at least maybe got another chance to stand on something.
Okay. Yeah, make a thrown attack with that to hit these to see if you can stick it in the side of the wall.
I'm gonna use my Steel Wind Strike because that's a close equivalent.
Okay, sure.
And I do still get advantage because I'm still using my sword.
Okay. That'll be enough. That sword sticks into the chasm right there. Boromir, I need you. You're gonna try. How would you like to try to land on this? You gonna try to stand on it? You gonna try to catch it with a hand? How would you like to?
I'm gonna reach out with a hand and try and grab it.
Roll me a strength saving throw. DC 16. You are able to grab onto that sword. You're hanging about 10 feet down in this chasm. But you are now hanging onto the sword, not falling to eons and eons of nothingness, but in fact hanging by a thread. But the air elemental thinks it has thrown you. And so seeing Atlas, it will move kind of this direction over to Atlas, and it will use a legendary action. Sorry, not a legendary action, a lair action to create a whirlwind of snow and ice around him in a 20-foot radius. You need to make a Constitution saving throw, Atlas.
All right. Again, this is at a +5.
Okay. 21. You do save. You will take half. So you'll take 8 points of cold damage. Being in this 20-foot radius while you are here, your movement speed is halved. Your turn.
All right. As Atlas is has the bits and pieces sort of kind of freezing around him, this big whirlwind, he looks over at the crevice and says, "I have not defeated you yet. You are not permitted to expire until Atlas has proven he is unbreakable." He looks at the ice whirlwind that is around him and he says, "Logic. If one cannot target that which is partially liquid, also partially solid, then one must only take one action. I'm going to stop concentrating on my Tenza's transformation, removing the remaining of my temporary hit points,
Okay.
and reverting me back to the smaller form. However, as this happens, Atlas's body does not stop transforming. As it does so, he seems to fold backwards and take on a lower stance. The siege engine on his back then starts to whir and click, and smoke begins to pour out of like these huge vents in his shoulders. Mm-hmm. You watch as several glowing lights appear in sequence along his back and spine, as I'm going to cast a 7th level disintegration.
Okay, very good. What is the dex of 17?
Yes, indeed.
All right.
Now, I was gonna say, if he can't see me, do I get? Is he disadvantage or anything?
I mean, he knows where you're at. He just attacked you.
Oh yeah.
So.
All right, very well.
He'd be able to perceive you in this space. But okay, dex of 17 coming in is a 19.
All right, saving throw. Let's see. Speciality to a fail save. Texas is graded. I think it only affects if it fails. So it has no effect.
Oh, okay. It has no effect.
Yeah. There's no effect for if it saves.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So basically, you watch as this huge energy wave just cuts through the hurricane of the snow. It flies past and beyond the ice elemental and like rips like this perfectly spherical hole just in this massive line, turning just this row of stuff into atoms. As you then see this this engine, like again another massive battery just sort of go and just land in the snow.
Yeah, as you do that, the elemental kind of bursts in the middle, but then starts to pull in more snow. And while you don't disintegrate it, the fact that you've blown away part of its form, it's going to take some damage in that time, because is trying to pull in the snow to reform itself, but it's not quite the same as the body matter it lost.
Appropriate
that is-
ruling.
Thank you, Grandmaster. 7th level disintegration should be honored at some level.
Agreed. It was a good show and a fierceness displayed as it destroyed that environment. That elemental deserves something coming at it.
Okay.
I like my champions. We will continue.
Atlas, anything bonus action, or was it bonus action to drop your tensors?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Any movement for you?
I will move around to here.
You will take an attack of opportunity
Yep.
from this elemental, as it will try to slam you with an ice fist. The 12 will not hit.
And I look at the water elemental, the ice elemental, and say once again in a big, loud voice, turning my eyes to the crowd, raising just a single fist, he says, "Atlas is unbreakable."
The crowd
Crowd
is
just wild and crazy. And they actually start throwing their trash at the air elemental, hating that it is even on there. You are now their chosen champion. They scream and cheer. Women are holding up their small children saying, "Bless them." We may continue.
all right. Romeo, what are you doing down, hanging on by a fist to this icy, now cold sword stuck in the side of the mountain, or the crack?
As I'm down there, I'd like to start to call out to this ice cube up there. And I'm gonna say, Snow Cone, why don't you come finish me off? You got nothing on me. You can't even do this right. Come get me. Come see me down here. I'll fight you into the abyss. I'll fight you all the way to the second level of hell if I got to. But you ain't nothing. Come get me. Finish what you started. And I know it says I have to make an attack when you hit with a weapon, but can I use my goading maneuver
Yes.
to try and goad him
Yes.
over here?
You. Yes. Just tell me what you want to do.
All right. So as I'm calling out for Snow Cone, Mr. Frosty up there, have him come down here and get to the edge, to the ledge near me.
Okay. It will hearing you. It will wander this way.
As he gets over there, I would like to do a one-handed pull-up as I normally do every morning, and then toss myself onto that edge next to him, and with my last action to thunder wave the edge and have it collapse in on me and him.
Make an athletics check.
Natural 20!
Nat 20!
You
Nat 20!
You one-handed pull up, fling yourself up, and you're like, it's anime style. You're like shoo, up in the air, coming down with a thunder wave fist, and you just unleash that thunder wave. What's the what do I have to roll here?
It's a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw.
I intervene. With that nat 20, that will automatically succeed.
Okay, very good. It succeeds for the Grand Master's ruling.
Thank
It
you,
was a beautiful
Grandmaster.
hit. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Okay, was that 2d8 of thunder damage?
That damage is on that cliff side.
Yes.
That cliff begins to crumble.
Yes. And this elemental, while not necessarily being pushed in the past by physical forces, just the sheer shock of the thunder and lightning emanating from your fists just connects with all the water molecules, and you'll see them vaporize, and it starts to steam as you push this thing into the ravine. As the ground is now crumbling underneath you, this elemental does lose its footing and not able to kind of hold its form because you vaporized so many of the water molecules. It will fall. As the ground beneath you now, though, is crumbling, and you are falling, beginning to fall as the ground cracks.
I look over at Atlas. I hold his sword up to my head. And I place the blade in front of my face. And I say, well fought, sir. You beat Boromir the Boulder Fist. Go on to do better. And I toss the sword at him as I allow myself to take into the abyss. And with my last show, I would like to flex up at the Grandmaster. Just real hard, real big flex.
Would you like to do something?
As a salute, the Grandmaster mimics, and almost like a wave, the rest of the spectating crowd also flexes in that same way. A salute, a final salute to our champion.
Atlas, did you want to have a reaction to make? You're muted.
Silence has been granted.
Thank you, Grandmaster, for freeing me from the silent spell. Atlas, as always, stands stoic, watching Boromir throw his sword, which he lets clatter on the floor. Looking down once again, his brain is continuing to process as he goes. No. Illogical. Atlas has not beaten you yet. And I'm going to reach into the ground, and I'm going to cast Pass Wall. And I'm going to create a portal in the ground next to me and on the side of the cliff. And I'm going to stick my arm through, and I'm going to grab Boromir by the neck and basically, kind of like Cain, pull him out of the hole in the ground and look him in the eye and say, Atlas is not done with you yet. And I want to throw him into the barrels.
Okay, we'll do a strength check to see if you can actually grab him by the throat and hold him and bring him in and all that.
Okay, Tenz's transformation is not active anymore, as I had to disable it earlier on. So this is as is. Oof.
With a 9.
That is a 9.
You attempt, Atlas, to grab him by the throat, but the ice and the wind have coated your metallic hands in a slippery coating of ice, and his neck slips right through it. Unable to make that strength save to clamp down on him in a last-ditch effort to save him in order to kill him, and he falls.
Atlas is still not done, but I won't take too many turns, obviously, but
It's okay.
and I will go down to this. Is Atlas can fly, but I will leave that to the Grandmaster, as I will look up and see what her reaction is to trying to retrieve that moment.
The Grandmaster stands. Some deaths must happen on this field, and there are few that come as noble as the one Boromir showed us today. Let it stand, and we will honor him.
As you wish, Grandmaster. And I will, again, you do the salute, the same salute from the anthem, and I will then close up the wall.
Arbiter, we have seen enough of this. 2 champions fought bravely and beautifully. The bloodshed that I have required has been spilled enough, and 2 champions have both won my favor. It would have been my wish that both could walk away, and that is no longer the case. We have our champion. Arbiter, clean up the field while I summon my remaining champion to me.
It will be done, Grandmaster. And as the Arbiter kind of poofs away out of sight, somewhere down below the field in the abyss, Bromir falling through an eternity, galaxies and stars and all sorts of things are passing him by. Out of nowhere, the Arbiter appears to him. You may have fallen on the field, but I still have a use for you. As he grabs you by the throat and poofs you away. Unbeknownst to anybody.
The
Even-
Grandmaster on the field now raises up Atlas, the ground shaking, and builds a small mountain underneath you. Now at eye level with the spectators, and the Grandmaster ascends her throne. Atlas, you have proved yourself to be strong. What you are made of is more than just metal, though. You have a fighting spirit. You have true heart that no flesh and blood could ever mimic. Today, you stand unmatched on the field and worthy to fight again. But until the time comes when I have drawn you back into my services, I will grant you a return back to your home, that you may fulfill the charge that has been granted to you, to bring justice, to offer protection where it is needed. You have proved yourself worthy. And when I bring you back, I will be sure to offer you a true champion, a true fight, that you may also kiss death. To my spectators, look down here. Show me your love for your champion, your winner of the Reaper's Rock. And the crowd stands yet again and screams, and you hear the chanting of Atlas, 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 Atlas. Just yelling, screaming constantly, to the point where some of them are getting exhausted. A few of the younger, weaker ones just pass out at that point, that they've been screaming so long they forget to breathe your name. The joy and passion and thankfulness, grateful of the fight and show that you have given us today. Atlas, your crowning moment. Would you like to address your fans?
Atlas steps up and steps forward. As he does, he will not say a word to the fans. Instead, he bows and takes a knee in his iconic pose. And as he shoulders once again this giant orb of light, it reflects the image of the Grand Master. My honor fight is for the honor of her. And it's just, that's it. He just holds that pose, holds that that huge orb of light with the Grand Master's visage upon it. And that is how he will swan song.
Yes, the honor of enjoying the fight of my show does belong to me. The Grandmaster's wings open yet again. A smile beams across her face. This was truly a worthy fight, and I am entertained. But I have had enough. The blood today was electrifying. Come back next time to see more. Thank you all for coming to D20 Deathmatch! end scene. You two are hard to kill.
Jesus.